Do you like stories? Well, some stories are very interesting. That is the case with the life of Herod the Great. There are a lot of Herods mentioned in the Bible, 5 to be exact. Though the name Herod is mentioned 50 times in the New Testament, it is not the same person, but 5 different ones. But only one of these will earn the name the Great, and that is the first one, Herod the Great. He ruled Judea from 37 BC until 4 BC, and he is the Herod who slaughtered the children in Bethlehem, trying to murder the young child Jesus. So what earned him the name the Great? Well, he was brilliant as a general, as a statesman, as an administrator and builder. He was one of the most fortunate of people because he rose on his abilities from being a common person to the king of all Judea. But he was also troubled, paranoid, violent, and ultimately godless and wicked. And he was a danger not only to his enemies and the general population, but those in his own family. Those he had executed in his own family include his wife, his mother-in-law, his uncle, his brother-in-law, his wife's grandfather, and 3 of his own sons. Caesar Augustus would say that it was safer to be a pig in Herod's household than one of his sons. Well, Jewish historian Josephus tells us the story of the life, successes, and crimes of Herod the Great. It turns out to be a fascinating story full of intrigue, accomplishments, narrow escapes, duplicity, successes, and ultimately a horrifying final end. Well, it is this story I would like to share with you. I put the life of Herod the Great into a set of audio lessons. You listen to them. You can do so as you drive to work, as you work out, when you're doing your chores or working in the yard, and you will find his life incredibly interesting and full of lessons about life. Herod the Great lived in the time leading right up to the birth of Jesus, and his life even intersected with Christ himself, although Jesus and his family providentially escaped Herod's wrath. In his story, we learn a lot about the time leading up to the birth of Christ. We learn about the world of Rome and its politics and why the Jews hated all the Herods so fiercely. We learn about the various religious groups that appear in the New Testament, such as the Pharisees. We also learn a great deal about the times of the first century, the time into which Jesus was born. I would like to share with you the life and times, the brilliance and madness of Herod the Great, king of Judea. There is a lot to it, and I go into some detail. That's because, well, Herod's life just turns out to be so interesting. You will learn about the time leading up to the birth of Christ and a lot more. And you can download the first lesson below. If you love stories, great stories, you will enjoy learning about Herod the Great. His life is brilliant and also disturbing. It is full of lessons, and I would invite you to join me in this adventure and see why they called him Herod the Great. Download the first lesson below and join me on a great adventure.